There we go. What the fuck happened? All right. All right. What up, YouTube? We might be late, but we here. I'm ready. Woo-wee. Who didn't vote? Shout out to Nick. What up, YouTube? What's up with y'all? What's up to my new subscribers? I got something special for y'all today. Everybody, it's a last new subscriber. I'm gonna look you up. I'm gonna get y'all a couple pre-rolls. Check me out at Dunlap's or hit me up. I'm gonna get you right. Last week my damn audio was messing up. I don't know why. Hopefully we doing good. What's the warning? Yo. Yep.
Five, four, three, two.
Welcome to the Sohigho Gas Company podcast here at the Voice It Radio studio. You know we was out voting and smoking. We really wasn't voting. We was out smoking, to be honest with you. You know, a little late start, but hope everybody having a great week, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. And it's always my pleasure to be here at the Voice It Radio studio with my man EP on the boards right now. Appreciate this right now. Welcome to the Best Dang Podcast in here. Shout out to all my Facebook family. I really appreciate y'all for holding me down, man. We got a little late start today. Shout out to my YouTube people, man. My new subscribers, man. We had a lot going on this weekend. We had a good weekend, man. There's a lot to do, man. And we got some more great questions questions from Barbara out of Akron. We're going to try to talk about her outdoor things. And really, you know, here on the Sohigho Gas Company podcast, we talk about information, cultivation, and legalization of marijuana here in Ohio. Big day. The law is going to be changing. It's voting day here, man. We're going to talk about that a little bit on the legalization side of how that's going to really affect us in the laws. I'm going to still let you guys know we're going to be under the same law. This law ain't changing. As a matter of fact, because the Congress is changing, this law will be in effect for, I can't see it even getting an amendment to this law before like next October. So what we have is probably what we're going to get unless they change the national schedule to Schedule 3. But don't forget, everybody, you can always be affected. We can always be affected by the Marijuana Control Board. Those people who let the dispos get out, you know, they control the implementation of the law and how it goes and the best practices for implementing recreational marijuana here in the state of Ohio. So, you know, I just think it's so important to vote. I don't really care who you voting for. Just go and vote, man. I just think about, you know, just a little sidebar. The people who fought for the right to vote, you a lazy ass motherfucker that don't get your ass out and go vote, just to be honest with you. You know, it's very important. If you don't even believe in the national politics, the local politics you must vote for. These are the people who are responsible for cleaning up your streets, doing things with the money. The mayor here in the city is doing a real good job, if you ask me, as far as improvement in our streets. I can look right out at our window. I see new houses coming up all around. Heard about the $1 billion project over at Gordon Park. So it's a lot of great things. That's why it's so important to vote, and for us constituents of the marijuana plant, we should definitely vote for people who favor us and are going to represent us and what our desires are as taxpaying United States citizens. Uh, I could say that we are all slaves, but I like to just think that we on a plantation. I'm not gonna say we slaves. Little viewer from the chat, but I don't think so, man. I think we got a certain independence inside this structure here. When you get high as I do and a lot of other people, you think about all kinds of crazy stuff. The thing about this great state, place, Ohio, is that it is it's the best place in the world. It's not perfect by no stretch of the imagination, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I've been around the country. Other places is nice, but it's not America. We do have a lot of freedom here, and we do have great places. Other places get it right, and the world is more global. And people aren't all fascinated with, America is not the shining beacon on the hill that we used to be. Not saying no place is. No place is good, but this place is the best, especially here in Ohio. We got our issues, but we get along. We get along all the time. Look at I tell you how loyal we are, man. Is look at that dang Browns game on Sunday. How about that, BP? Boy, I'm gonna tell you right now. Put weed sales through the roof, man. I wish I was just standing out there after the game. I probably could have sold Dry Your Tears joint. Don't believe in Jameis Winston. We was gonna try to get Jameis Winston on the damn studio today for the damn later on. I kicked this first block off here on the Tuesday Power Hour. I'm first, Al Porter's Hip Hop Show, and Hot Mess in the evening. I hope to God some crazy way. If anybody out there in the chat know how we could get in touch with Jameis Winston, tell him to give us a call, man. We'll put him on Zoom call tonight, man. And if you do have a question and you want to call in, when I talk about cultivation, like my girl Barbara out of Akron, she left us a good email. Send me some pictures over, and we're going to talk about her plant. But you can reach me at 216-249-6650. You could call into the studio right now, and if you got pictures to put up and share, that's going to be the best way for me to help you out. But remember, you need to tell me what's in your dirt, kind of what you're growing with, and I need to know your input so I can see what your outputs is. That's real simple like that. So, legalization, everything is good. Like, a lot of people still making that trip up to Michigan. I think y'all should really start going back to your traditional market, guys, and it's a lot of good stuff down here, and it's getting better. We got another this weekend over at Cuyahoga Falls. It's another Weed Expo. My man Flavors just came back in. We're gonna do a collab with them. So I know this weekend at that event, uh, it's gonna be some things. Some people was asking me about should you get a medical card still. And it depends. Like right now, it's like only $75, and I say only $75, but it's $75. It used to cost like $150. But if you get that medical card, you do get the biggest benefit to the medical card for me is traveling and also being able to go have more access in Michigan. Personally, medical weed in Michigan is better than recreational weed. You go to some straight medical places. Like I can think of a place off of Ann Arbor. It's not even big. It's real close to that place up north, university up there. Even though my son worked there, so he okay. I'm keep paying him, but it's a place up there, and they got good stuff. That's why the medical card. And if you are a veteran, you get 25% off here in the state of Ohio for that, and they always having good deals. So, is it worth $40 to get your medical card? I'm gonna say yes, because when you go in the dispo and you have a medical card, guess what? You do not pay taxes. So think of it as a coupon almost. You can go, you pay up front, and then you eliminate all of those taxes. And everybody that's a veteran in the state of Ohio, I almost recommend you get your medical card. One, your test, like I said, you're gonna get a 25% off, and also when you go into the dispo, you will get a 25% savings. And if you really want to know, those are the margins of profit of the cannabis plant. Most in general, that's the only markup you really getting. To be honest with you, that's at premium too. So that's about the best you could go. So it is worth it to get the medical card, and it's real good. And you could do it by teleconference, and it's like the Ohio medical card is going on. And I bring that up to say this weekend there will be a doctor on site. It's gonna be over at the fairgrounds in Cuyahoga Falls. It's really nice. It's a good celebration. And now that we legal out, it's gonna be more use. About 3 or 4 years ago, when we just went out there with the medical card, it was just like sign up and a lot of stuff. A lot of paraphernalia, a lot of products to use, more like a head shop, and about 4 or 5 doctors. So if you want to go out there, you got your money, you could probably same day get it right there. Just like my man Sapo World up in Michigan, he always has when he does his event, it's a doctor there, and you could get signed up there too. So but in Michigan, you definitely need residents up there, just like Ohio, I guess. You got to have residents, but plenty of states. All you have to do is look up and see where your medical license is looked at for. It is some gray areas too. It is a controlled substance. If you go through West Virginia and you got your medical card and you got all that, it's gonna be hard for you. It depends on the trooper. I'm gonna be honest with you. I heard some people getting away, but I'm gonna tell you, West Virginia is tough. West Virginia treat marijuana as a Schedule 1 drug. If the state he catch you with that, it's just gonna be you got a pound of weed, he's gonna look at it as a pound of heroin. Just remember that. You can go around that. It's just not the state to mess around in because, and it's just on the highway. It's not like the West Virginia shit. White chocolate and fucking Randy Moss is from West Virginia, and both them is chronic smokers. Admittedly, shit, Randy was smoking. I don't think. Be careful what state you're going to. I'll be honest with you. I only plan my vacation on like really recreational states where you could just really. I just don't like the taboo and the sneaking around and all that. I'm just used to like not sneaking around now, so we just keep it going with that. So we're gonna get into the cultivation. It's big right now. It's a lot going on, and if you see outside daylight savings change, how do that affect you with your outdoor plant? It really don't. You should keep your clock and your timer right where it is, and you should be maximizing this sunshine. These last days, everybody like 2 weeks ago, who we had that cold ass rain and we put the plants in, put those plants back outside. That's the number one question. Your light in the inside cannot beat the sun. I gotta make that clear. Bring your plants back outside. It is not freezing. I repeat, check your dirt temperature. If your dirt temperature is not under 60 degrees, you are well okay. Your dirt temperature is going to be hovering about 70, 71. That's because your dirt is doing things. It is alive. It is microbes and shit going on down in there, things eating other things, and the temperature actually comes up. And you really just get your I got a digital meat thermometer that you just can stick into the ground. You need to be about 6 inches down past the permafrost. You can see the temperature. The root temperature to me with the outside is most important. When the ground start getting cold, it's definitely time. Hopefully all you guys is out there in pots. Here's another question. Can you cut off parts of your outdoor plants that you feel that's finished already? Absolutely. We proven that in the indoor garden, and I just cut some clippings off the outdoor garden. What to me that does is you're just curing all over the place. You'll be having jars all the time. Like so, if you cut down a few parts a day, 3 days later, you cutting down more of it. Then you cutting down more of it. Make sure you labeling and dating all of those things. I just recommend that also. Put the time and the date on everything. In general, when you are making plans, every stage, if you keep a log, put that on the tag. When you put it in the ground, what time you put it in the ground, and what it is. And use multiple tags. I usually put tape on my bags or pots, and I also put the little stick in the thing because I might lose one or find another one. And especially when we now in this curing stage right now. What I see right now is people that got a late start. They have all of the white thistles, and if you don't know what I mean, those are the hairs that's going around. The thistles right here, I got a book in here so you can see. The thistles are the little orange hairs in here. Hope you can see it right here. If you see it right here, these are the thistles right here, and they are gonna be outside the leaf. Before all of this bud structure come and this green, these white pieces, usually they're gonna be white like these pieces in here. Those are the thistles right there. They should be well developed, and if you have a lot of them, you have at least about a month to go until your buds start getting these green leaves around them. You are not even close. So if it's all full of white hairs, and the best way to even check it out is lots of videos. Get some books. There's a lot of things online, but remember what I like to tell y'all: just follow one person. Follow one person. If they say they got a guru, follow them. You cannot take all of that information in because people grow so many ways. Find somebody that's growing very similar to you and maybe use some of their techniques to get you to where you gotta go. It's not gonna work if you using a hydroponic system and then adding some other stuff in. It just don't adding the dirt. Like you was growing in dirt one minute, then you just see something good, think that worked. It's cool to experiment on some of the stuff, but in general, if you're new to this, just stick with one person and see it all the way to the end. You just can't keep adding that. The yellowing of the leaves on the outside plants is natural, but they are no good, especially for outdoors. Your your fan leaves, which are your initial big leaves. So on this buds right here is no fan leaves. The fan leaves are the bigger leaves that's around your nose. They're gonna be around the buds and not the offshoots off your stalk are the fan leaves. I would recommend it's a technique called lollipopping, and under 5 nodes, that's like you count down like where the buds are, count down to 5 till you get down to the little popcorn, and strip all of the leaves off of that. And I mean, oh, that's called lollipopping. So the bottom going into the dirt, there should be no leaves. And the reason for that is you want all of the energy going to your buds. Hands down, point blank, period. You have to just direct all of that energy back going to the buds. All fan leaves should be gone straight away about right now, depending on where you are. We are so fortunate to be so late in, not late in the December, so late in the year, but in December, and it is literally 80 degrees today. The lake was so nice today, and we have a nice breeze. Those plants need to be outside. Just watch the overnight temperature. You people down in Worcester and the middle Ohio, it was a couple cold spells. Like you got down to a 30 and a 34, and you guys is different now. Check your dirt temperature, and when you down there for that, just you have to do the old school thing. If you put the plastic bag over your plants outside, you don't want the leaves to freeze, and you want them to stay alive, and you want them to get as much sunlight as you can, but you have to watch them for freezing. That's how you could kill the top of the plant. Because traditionally, you want to start cooling your plant off, just like the weather is. Toward the fall is the natural growing season. How the plant was besides indoor, outdoor getting in the fall, it started getting colder, and that's where the trichome production comes up. And when you're taking these plants in the inside, it's even a thing about it's even a thing to start chilling those off and using ice water and going down and keeping the temperature going. So we're gonna run up against our first break, man. We're gonna get back to you. We're gonna answer a couple phone calls. Thank y'all for calling in. Mike, I got you coming back up. We're gonna be right back on the Voice of Radio on the Sohigho Gas Company. Appreciate y'all. What's up with you? Yeah, what you on? All right, I'll be at 2. Yeah, I'll be in here for a minute. Nah, I'm in the studio. Yeah, I'll be out. Give me about an hour. All right, son. All right, one. Oh shit, let's hit this damn dab, bro. Need some weed. Woo, shout out. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all on YouTube, man. It's a hard nut to crack this YouTube. I don't understand it all the way, but we get high on the damn radio show tonight. Tune in to the Voice of Radio. Mason Brothers fight this weekend too. Oh shit. That's right, the Adams board. If you're having a problem with weed, call in. It ain't for everybody. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And if you got a problem with any addiction, everybody ain't everybody. Some people could drink. You know, the Adams Recovery Board. Check them out. I believe in recovery. If you just need to take a break and you find out that you can't quit, call the Adams Recovery Board. Trust me on that, man. They'll help you out, man. Recovery is a good thing. They're not as stereotypically bad as they used to be, man. You do some good stuff, man. Get your life back, man. Especially if you stuck out on that hard stuff. Y'all be careful out there, too. That Fetty Wap is still out there, bro. Whooping ass, man. Yeah, I never do my new one, too. Yes, you can. Man. Oh, shit. Shout out to Am. You already know. Maybe we should go get some real smoked barbecue today for the damn party. Shit, should they give us a damn, how much for a birthday pack, EP? Call them up, man. Let's kick in. Shit.
Ready?
Yep. All right, welcome back to the Sohigho Gas Company podcast. That damn thing always get me, man. We was in the middle of talking about like these plants, bringing them inside. Like the other big question I've been getting is the burnt bags versus the jars, right? Me personally, the jars was recommended. So when we talking about after you cut your plant down, and that's a thing too. Like I just told you, you can cut some of the bud sticks if you feel like they finished. And the only most 100% way to know is get a jeweler's loop, magnify, and look at your trichomes. The trichomes are what are the crystals and the clear silvery. They should shine like they should be translucent. A lot of them have an iridescent color in the inside of it, an iridescent blue or whatever. A lot of them have an iridescent blue. Uh, but you see other variations of some type of iridescent color in the inside of the trichome. That is the number one way to see where your plant done is done at. And you want to look for 10 to 20% cloudiness. And what they're talking about, so if you see this clear bottle right here, it has to be like milky white like the cap. But you do not want to be 100% dark like that. You know, you don't want to be all the way the whole thing. You want some clear. You want the clear to be just 10% white, 10 to 20%. The longer you let it go, you start changing the components of it. So I let some stuff go completely red just to make sure to see what it was. Listen, that shit will put you to sleep. I get at the people who have trouble sleeping. It doesn't taste the best, don't smoke the best, but if you make a little tea out of it, if you decarbonate it, and what I mean by decarbonate it, to eat any weed or consume weed to activate the THC, it needs to hit about 200, 225 degrees Fahrenheit, and the THC is activated. And after that, we do it in the oven for about 225. So say you had some bud, that bud I was talking about, I drew jealousy toes dark. You decarbonate it. You put it inside the toaster oven or your oven in the house at 225 for only about 20 to 25 minutes tops. That's it. You don't want to roast it like a potato. You just want to activate the THC. And once you activate the THC, then you can transfer it into an oil. THC only attracts to fatty modules. So THC, like we can decarbonate it and put it in the water. And guess what? There will be no THC in the water because there's no fat modules in the water. When you are coconut oil is became very coconut oil has a high fat content in it, content and is very neutral to it. You can use coconut oil for a lot of things. Topical, cook with it. It makes good gummies, and it's just a good overall product. But just don't limit yourself to it. I use olive oil. I use grapeseed oil. We use it in lotions and just all kinds of different fat content oils to attract the THC. Butter will work, but it takes a little long time. When you're doing that extraction, I think on average it's about 30 to 35 minutes. It just depends on the smoking temperature of what you're putting into it. So butter is going to smoke faster than say coconut oil by the long shot. Another secret to this is soy lysine. It should be available in. I think you almost got to go to a health food store to get it like off the shelf, or just order it off Amazon, which everybody do. But soy lysine, uh, a tablespoon of that actually will help. It's adding more fat molecules into it. You only use like a tablespoon for a cup of, say, oil if you was adding into it, but it will increase the THC in your oil up to 25 to 20%. So you gotta remember that. And the other thing I just had to say is when you are making these extractions like that, you have to follow some type of guideline. The guideline is Arden, who makes a machine that does the decarbonation, and you can put the oil right in one machine, and it'll spit the product right out. Like you decarb it in this machine, then you put in this silicone sleeve, and they basically just cook it like a crock pot, strain it off, and what you have left is some activated oil. Usually, when you do that, you should only do 7 to 10 grams. I bring these guys up at Arden because they have the best guesstimation chart in the business. If you know the strain of the weed you're using and the oil that you're using to extract, we could dial you into a good, I say in the 5 to 15 milligrams of being accurate on how many milligrams of THC is in your product. You have to use that. You guys that's going and you don't know and you don't have the measuring machine. These days, if you go to me or some of the other people, we had a machine and we measured a THC, and that's not all scientific. You got to really do about 2 or 3 tests. And before you do all of that, just call me and my buddies up. We'll smoke some of that stuff, and then we'll tell you if it's good or not, to be honest with you. And that's the same with brownies. You almost got to be your own guinea pig to really know, because it is a plant. It has its own characteristics. Two sisters growing next to each other might be slightly off on the THC. That's where the different phenols come in and stuff, things like that. But be very careful. And you can use in this harvest period, if you are growing outside, And you have sugar leaves, right? Sugar leaves are leaves that have a bunch of trichomes on it. Yes, save those, and you can make good extract out of that. But is that the same as 7 grams or 7 ounces of bud? Technically, yes. If they covered in trichomes, that's the only reason. You guys is going up to Monroe and coming back with the $30 ounces and things like that. A lot of those is trim bags. Shake bags is one thing. Trim bag is another. And the only knock I really got on shake bag your money if they giving you all top shelf bottom of the bag. You're probably getting a ton. But even those are made to make edibles, make wax, make dabs, or things like that. Just like with your sugar leaves and all of that. But it's legal now, and you want to do that, I say just grow a few plants. Two of your plants should just for making oil. You could get genetics that will produce a lot of trichomes just so you could get it there. That would be like, I could think right off the back, Hella Jelly from Humboldt County. Just really washes really good. A whole lot of trichomes in that development over there. So, save your sugar leaves. And when you cut those plants down outside, you're bringing them in. Cut them down to the base. You can reuse your dirt. Reusing your dirt could cost a lot of money, but you have to like go it through a process. Get you a compost pile, throw that dirt back over there, throw some new worm castings over there. Here's what you do. The last time you cut your grass this fall, you take your last green clippings and then you throw your leaves over the top of those, and that will decompose. So next spring, you won't have to go buy dirt. But then when you outside with dirt that's outside, can you pick up pathogens and bugs? And cautious about that. Use some tarp. Try not to get any other cross contamination because fight we be having. You can lose it all. Spider mites done ruin a lot of people's gardens by bringing cross contaminated stuff in there. Are we gonna roll up on our next break, and then we're gonna finish up with a little bit of information on some things that's coming up and what we did this weekend, and check in on the voice, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the best cannabis show, the Sohigho Gas Company, here at the Voice of Radio. Man, you missed the whole damn dab.
Right.
I walked all the way over to you, bro. You ain't even look up at me. I walk all the way over to you. I'm like this, and I walk right back, bro. I'm like, damn.
I did not even see it.
He was like, EP. I was like, I guess you praying or something. Oh, yeah. Think the election results gonna come out when we on the air? Think the election results?
What time they done?
We gonna stop about 7. And yeah, that's just that early voting shit'll be like tallied already. So that, huh?
They should be done by the time we get off.
We might know who the president is tonight.
Any drug may contain fentanyl. Never use alone and carry Narcan. Call the advocate.
Tell your audience that you really actually don't hate me. What did I do? Why do you believe that I am able to work as you do? I don't think so. Why do you believe so? Why did you just fade into the sunset with your voice like
Got a drop on this bitch, nigga, to be from Tennessee.
man with voiceradio.com.
And it's popping. This is Don Maryland. This is the word for the Sohigho. You already know.
Man, I gotta do mine.
Radio.com. Keep fresh checking in all the way down from the Midwest, Naptown, what we do, Cleveland. What's happening, man?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm done hiring the babies from the world.
It's good. JJ Chisco in the building, whether I'm in Cali or whether I'm in Cleveland, I'm always rocking out with voiceradio.com.
That's your baby, Kyle.
Okay. What's the baby's name?
It's Zola.
Zola. Tell me hi, Zola. I don't have a kid.
My daddy's Kyle.
How come you never told us about her? I don't have no kid.
You do?
No, I don't. She looks just like you.
Oh, God.
Hey, she looks just like you, guy.
You really smacked your mama. Yep. All right, all right, all right. Welcome back to the Sohigho Gas Company podcast. Hope you answered all of those. We answered most of your questions. Thanks, Barbara, for sending those in. I just wanted to just go over a couple things about the yellowing before we get out of here. We'll talk about a couple things that's going on. Number one right now, if you're outside and you are yellowing out there and you feel like it's a problem, it's usually one of two. There's probably magnesium deficiency. CalMag, and what that is that's just opening up the cells for uptake. So you go for CalMag, and you're probably going to have one or two things. Nitrogen deficiency is going to be sort of like your lower leaves is yellow, but your top is looking green. Nitrogen is where you're going to get more of the fertilizer. Bat poop is number one. Guava, that's exactly what we used to use. But, like if right now, if it's me in my garden, certain plants, I'm just using straight bone meal. And I just get into, that's me personally. Bone meal is real animals chopped up, to be honest with you, is exactly what it is. It's bone meal, but it finished good. I mean, that's just giving, and that really worked great with Humboldt seed counties more than anybody. The other thing is you got a phosphorus deficiency. That's also yellow. Now, phosphorus and potassium deficiency is, they kind of look similar. Potassium is going to be that K. It's the third number on the fertilizer, so it's always NPK, and that's the last of it. And most of the time, all you got to do is get your fish oils up. You got to get fish emulsion. So fish shit, we all know about fish shit. You should have been giving your plant really fish shit like once or twice a week all the way through. You also could use alfalfa, cottonseed, and like I said, the blood meal, and pretty much also almost almost any animal poop is going to be good for it, to be honest with you, to get your potassium up. And those is going to be the overall plant yellowing. Another thing that you probably have, and if you in your outdoors and you have a thing, you are running out of nutrients in your dirt. The cannabis plant really sucks all of the nutrients out the dirt. When I say it's only lasting, Fox Farm was only lasting, my man James got a bag of Fox Farm. He said it was about 20 days and it was kicked over. We used to say 30 days, about 30 days. There's only 10 days more. After that, what you want to do is take your powdered fertilizer and rub it into the top of the dirt. And then remember, when you put the powder fertilizer in there, you have a week for it to get into the dirt. It's easier to make a compost tea, but we'll get into that too a little bit later. Now, we have some special things coming up. I don't know if any of these is cannabis-friendly events, but the Mason Brothers will be boxing on this weekend on the 6th, and they have several watch parties going on, I think, around Cleveland. So tap in to see Abdullah Mason, keep going on his quest. And next year, I'm hoping that he is going to take that next move and get some championship fights. I know he's gonna be riding up. So this is gonna be his last like 8 rounder fight this weekend. Kind of forgot where they was gonna be at. I'll tell you on the later show. But support the Mason brothers. Cleveland's on. You know they do a great job supporting us, man. Shout out to my man Abdul Salam and his family and the Mason brothers, Amir, Abdullah, Rock. I'm gonna forget the other two, but I appreciate y'all love and shout out to Vic, they mom. Good luck this weekend, man. Shout out to my boys at HNOTP. We also gonna have definitely on Sunday night. We got Ramon Rivas over at the Dunlap Comedy Show. It was another great weekend over there. It's just good comedians. Just a good time. I love supporting the comedians. And Cleveland is doing good. If you think the Browns are stinking, go ahead and get you a ticket because Cavs are doing good. So at least we got something to hang our hats on. Starting out like gangbusters. If you go up to Loudville, you still can get those standing room only tickets down there at the stadium. And if you smart, catch the train down there. The train is going all the way up underneath the. Just catch the train downtown. Skip parking and come back home, man. It's a great evening. Support the Cavs and keep supporting the Browns too, man. I mean, we talk bad about the Browns, but I'm gonna tell you, with them not being here, Sundays was bleak as shit. So while I don't care for the play, I still love my team. I just hope they raise our city up. We might talk about it a little later about changing the team if they move out there. Maybe we should just tear it down and start over with something else. But I think the tradition of Paul Brown starting the Bengals, being from Maslin and all that shit, I think we gonna stay the Cleveland Browns till there ain't no more Cleveland. I mean, till there ain't no NFL. So that's just my take on that. Definitely. This week, if you tune in to SOHIGHO 216, send me an email over there. And like I say, my last subscriber on YouTube, I'm going to look you up. I just got you a little while ago. I'm going to look you up, and I'm going to get you you're going to get some free pre-rolls. I'll reach out to you on the messenger on YouTube. Thank all you people over on YouTube for tuning in. And I definitely always appreciate all my Facebook people, man. Y'all really hold me down, give me support. And once again, got a little late start. Get out there and vote. You still got some time. Daylight savings just went down. You still got time to get yourself over there and vote, man. Do your civic duty. If you don't think you should vote, look up John Lewis getting his ass bricked coming across the Selma Bridge with Martin Luther King, and that's why I'm going to vote forever. Just because if he going to do that, walk over that bridge and take that kind of abuse just to vote, man, get your lazy butt up, man. It is easy for us now. It's part of the democratic process. It might be for a broken system, however you feel about the system, whatever. However, but this is what we have. And civically, you should, I would make you vote. That's why I ain't the president. Your ass will have to vote. And if you didn't go to college, your ass will be either a civil servant or you'll go to the military. That's me. That's why I ain't the president. But you should get out there and vote, man. And especially if we love our cannabis plant, vote for people who's in favor of us, man. Look it up, man. We won't get too political, man. Maybe a little later we will, but definitely get out there and vote. It's very important. Don't forget the Mason Brothers this Friday. It's gonna be early. Don't forget you got to be there about 6 o'clock because he might be on the undercard. So tune in early. And I don't even know what time zone they even fighting in this weekend, but tune into that. We got at 7 o'clock coming up. We got the Al Porter Hip Hop Show. I know he got great guests. I don't know if Praise and Suave Gotti gonna come in. And at 9 o'clock here on the Voice It Radio Show,
It's
man,
your birthday.
it's gonna be EP's birthday tonight, man. I'm trying to tell you, we always turn up, but I know we gonna put a little extra on it tonight, man. Birthday celebration tonight. At midnight, we gonna kick him over. It should be a great app. Enjoy this great, I guess we're gonna call this Indian summer. Cleveland looking nice. Fuck Ben Franklin and that damn daylight saving shit. It shouldn't be this dark getting this late, but we live with it, man. Appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Keep close eye on your trichomes on your plant. Get in touch with me. Stay safe, everybody. And like my good friend EP always say, smoke weed so you don't punch somebody in their face. Yep. It's a rough one, you two. What you want to do? Thank y'all. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you.